Every year, the Trinitarian Bible Society give grants of scriptural items for free distribution. One church leader in Malawi received a grant of Bibles from us, and this report details some of his distribution work in Mozambique. In September 2019, the TBS provided a grant of 500 Portuguese Bibles and 64 English Bibles to our grantee in Malawi. The mission team left Malawi on the 16th of March 2020 and commenced their journey to Mozambique. The team consisted of 4 men who would travel many hundreds of miles, carrying hundreds of Bibles. Although their car broke down before the journey commenced, the team continued undeterred, travelling by a variety of means, such as boat, bicycle, motorbike, as well as on foot. After crossing the Shire River in boat, the team loaded their bicycles with boxes of Bibles and made the journey to Posto Shire. After reaching Posto Shire, bicycles were swapped for motorbikes. Travel was often through thick jungle and involved crossing several rivers on foot. The leader of the mission team recorded his gratitude to God for such willing workers helping in this vital ministry. He says, "I thank the Lord that my team is ready to work in this area, though most of the areas are impassable." Their first stop was at Murrumbala for a pastors' conference. 71 pastors came for training over 2 days. They were provided with Bibles and other profitable Christian literature. The comments of one pastor in attendance shows the great need there is for further Bibles in Mozambique. He says, "Many of us have been ministering without Bibles. We could borrow Bibles from friends and learn some verses by heart. We could recite these verses again and again before the congregation. Sometimes we could not remember, and our congregation developed boredom due to repetition of the same verses." The grantee comments on the needs which were left unfulfilled at the pastors' conference. He said, "We need several Bibles in Chichewa, Shona, and Portuguese. The pastors who did not receive them could almost cry and left the venue in resentment. We want to intensify with apologetics in the beginning because their lack of basic theological knowledge is very susceptible to whatever false religion comes to them. The area is so big that even travelling for the whole month, I cannot finish all centres. We need a variety of courses ranging from apologetics, systematic theology, Bible books, etc., to ensure that they are well grounded in theology. We taught them Old Testament survey, doctrine of God, and apologetics. We have started with these courses because some cults, like Jehovah's Witness and Adventists, are taking this advantage to expand their false teachings there." After the pastors' conference, the team travelled to Mendoza to minister to a congregation gathered there. Travel was partly in the back of an open lorry and then by motorbikes. Upon their arrival, the team were greatly impressed to see the congregation waiting for the service to commence. The service lasted from noon until late afternoon. The next day, the team left for Malelani to minister with another congregation. This congregation do not have a building to meet in, but assemble under a mango tree. Seeing the need of this congregation, the grantee remarks, "It is our prayer that despite many challenges, the Lord may continue to supply us with all necessary resources for the advancement of Christ's kingdom." The trip finished with a meal in the pastor's house before the journey back to Malawi. The grantees have the following prayer requests. We need thousands of Bibles and books for pastors, funds for travelling, funds for printing of students' manuals and books. We need prayer for the global pandemic of the coronavirus and strength and wisdom. The TBS Grant Department has provided a further grant of scriptural items to our brothers in Malawi for free distribution. In March 2020, we sent 2,000 Portuguese New Testaments, Psalms and Proverbs, 1,500 Portuguese Gospels of John, 500 Portuguese Bibles, 500 large print Portuguese Bibles, and 100 Shona New Testaments. Please pray for God's blessing upon these 4,600 portions of His Word as they are freely distributed in Malawi and Mozambique. Isaiah 55 verse 11 says, So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it.